Hey, what's up you awesome dudes, Chris here, back in Anthem, and today we have some more juicy updates to go over. Of course, we have patch 1.4.0 being delivered as we speak, and it should soon go live on the servers themselves, but in the meantime we also have the patch notes for them, including a final increase for the vault size limit. So Andrew Johnson just came in with this message over on Twitter, as well as with the patch notes, which are really extensive, so let's not waste any more time, dive right in and go over everything that you need to know. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, a thumbs up on it would definitely help me a lot as well. Anyway, to get started, we of course have the vault limit size increased to 350 all the way up from 250, so it's not the biggest increase of them all, but it should definitely help out all of the people out there who are having trouble or are really close to reaching their limit. So according to the patch notes, because of the increase in inventory size to 350, the vault junk tab is now limited to 200 items. The current item count out of 200 on the junk tab is displayed near the inventory count in the lower left corner of the vault. Of course, we're going to see all of this in the game as soon as it comes up. Once the junk tab is full, no items can be junked until others are marked to keep or salvage. And of course, the message itself, the main message, we've increased vault limit to 350 items, enjoy the extra space, and we will most definitely do that. Even I am really close to 250 and have been salvaging items all day, especially after a long Cataclysm event. Nonetheless, there's a lot of other updates and fixes in there as well, a huge list of changes, but no spoilers alert, Jarra's Wrath is still not nerfed. So yes, I've dug deep, I searched through all of these patch notes and there was no mention of Jarra's Wrath, so if you got a god roll on it, if it's ultra powerful and you can melt anything in just like 3 taps, well, you're going to be able to do that in 1.4.0 as well, because BioWare doesn't seem to want to fix this. Anyway, going over some of the more important changes, we have them as follows. First, we have a couple more fixes for the vault itself, especially for the issue causing the players to be warned of hitting the vault space limit too soon. There's another one for players that were able to craft items when the vault space was already full, so that was a bug, and in the new update you should not be able to craft anything that exceeds the vault limit. There's also some fixes for the issues that prevented some players from making purchases in the seasonal or featured store, corrected challenges that were incorrectly named. There's also a couple more fixes for the seasonal/featured store. Of course, one of them includes preventing some players from making purchases in the seasonal store. This was an issue that also got fixed. But finally, we also have an added timer to the seasonal store to show when items will change. So this is definitely going to be helpful if you kind of want to know when the next reset is going to happen. It also looks like the salvaging animation latency in both the vault as well as the forge has been reduced, so hopefully this will help a little bit with the salvaging times. It definitely takes too long to salvage, especially in the Cataclysm update, when you're dropping tons of items all over the place, 95% of which you don't actually use. So this is a little bit helping, but we should definitely have a salvage all button. But there are a lot of other quality of life improvements and fixes in there as well for a number of missions, for the HUD, for the UI, so I'm just going to skip all of that and just jump over the gameplay from this point. There's a couple of fixes in here, one for the Colossus as well as for the Ranger. So for the Colossus, your shield not taking damage from the projectiles has been fixed. As for the Ranger, fixed an issue where the sticky grenade, the Gambit and Aftershock/Sentinel's Vengeance would detonate immediately when attaching to an enemy's weak point. Furthermore, we also have a bunch of fixes for the Cataclysm event map. First of all, they have adjusted a teleporter pad position to prevent a player spawning partially under the terrain, corrected the location of the echo pool that summons the optional boss during the Sea of Takaro event. I'm actually really curious to see where they have changed this, because I remember it being right next to the inverted water tunnel. On top of this, they have also increased the force field size in the Cassia's Forge event to prevent players from squeezing through without dropping the relic shard while the force field is active, so I actually didn't know that this was even possible. They have also fixed an exploit. In this case, they have removed the loot drops from the first Year 6 encounter in the What Harken Wants mission. This is one of the new story missions added in the Cataclysm update. And there's a ton more fixes both for the Cataclysm as well as for the Javelins. In the case of the Colossus, again, the shield bar no longer disappears when the player tries to open the shield immediately after the bar has fully recharged. Interceptor and Ranger's support pieces no longer drop with combo bonuses that are only applying to specific gear pieces. For example, combo our effect on a target beacon, which made no sense. As for the Storm, fixed an issue preventing Eternal Squall with multiple charges from both priming and detonating to trigger a combo, so now you can use this ability as long as it has multiple charges to both prime and then detonate the target as long as you cast it one after another, so a really good change. Another major quality of life change that has been added is the ability to skip cinematics if everybody in the squad agrees, but now it's most probably going to be visible. It doesn't really specify, but hold to appropriate button to vote to skip the cinematic scene. I'm presuming that this is going to appear on one of the corners of the screen. There's also some rare crash in audio loading code that has been fixed. Some lighting in the cinematics has also been fixed. And finally, we have some other general bug fixes and improvements, including of course one to an infinite loading issue that was caused by having settings set to low. Another one is for the bug that stretched game display elements when playing the game on ultra-wide monitors, especially on 21:9 ratio. And there's a couple more other fixes for people getting stuck at the end of expedition or at the start of the expedition or when recording victories. Again, this is the new update. It's pretty extensive. It fixes quite a few of the problems that we already had, and I'm actually glad that Jarra's Wrath didn't get nerfed, because I kinda am still hunting for that. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, a thumbs up on it would definitely be super appreciated. I'm going to see you guys in just a bit in the Cataclysm update, but in the meantime, a thumbs up on this video, a comment, like and subscribe would definitely be super appreciated, and I will see you guys in just a bit.